Alright guys, I am back with my review of this week's WWE Friday Night Smackdown for November 30th, 2012. And this was your typical Smackdown, a very predictable show, very average show. Had John Cena on here, but that didn't really change anything for me personally. Dolph Ziggler lays him out, and Cena gets his revenge back before the end of the night. So nothing really happened on this week's episode of Smackdown. Nothing really progressed. Had some good matches. I liked Cena Del Rio, but it's not building to anything. It was just there to kill time. Six-man tag was good. Dolph Sheamus was good, but nothing really happened. You could skip this week's show and not miss anything. So nothing really changed storyline-wise here. And it just ended up being an average show for SmackDown. And they really... I know they're trying to put Cena on here to help the ratings, I guess, but it's not going to do anything for the ratings if they're not building to something, if they're not trying to continue something. And I was thinking about the Usos three-man band match, which actually happened on the show, and how they could do something with just these guys. Have the Usos maybe get laid out by the three-man band. Backstage or something. Start building promos, cutting promos on each other, and building up a feud with these two guys. And then at the pay-per-view, have a match. Do something like that. Build up the card. Have just a... It doesn't even have to be a major storyline or have a lot of focus, but something. Add some freaking storylines and feuds to the show. And that would also help the pay-per-views. But that's something WWE has really been needing to do for a while now. But anyways, on to SmackDown. Cena comes out, says because Dolph has a match with Sheamus, he wanted to come watch it. Says that once Dolph loses his briefcase, he's not going to be relevant anymore. There goes his identity. He puts down Dolph. Del Rio comes out and says this is his show. He destroyed Cena last time they fought on SmackDown. Tells him to leave his ring, but Cena says he can't because he has a match with him right now. Punches him in the face. Cheap shot. And then we get Del Rio versus Cena. It was a good match. Cena wins with the top rope leg drop. Bad knee and all. Afterwards, Ziggler lays him out with the briefcase. I guess they wanted to make Cena look strong going into that big match with Dolph Ziggler. And that's what's so crazy about this, is it's Dolph Ziggler. Do they really need to make Cena look strong against this guy? Dolph needs all the help he can get. And not only did they have him beat Dolph already on Raw, he gets his revenge on Dolph before the end of the night here, and he buries Del Rio by beating him without even using his finishing move. What is the point of all this crap? Josh Matthews says to JBL, you wouldn't want to see something like that happen to Cena. And JBL says, why wouldn't you? So Kane and Daniel Bryan are staring at each other. Kofi comes up and says that he needs them to work together tonight. They put each other over and actually sound like they're going to start destroying people again. Team Hell No, like when they laid everybody out with chairs, they sounded like they were going to be intense and start working together, and they did work together tonight, which is something I'd like to see. Let's get rid of the I'm the tag team champions crap. It's run its course. And if they're going to keep them as a team, they need to start working together and build them up as a monster team. Booker asked Cena to stay out of the Dolph and Sheamus match. Khali with Hornswoggle versus David Otunga. Khali wins with the chop in about 30 seconds. At least it was short. Wade Barrett and the Primetime Players versus Team Hell No and Kofi Kingston. There was a funny spot in this match where Darren Young has Daniel Bryan, and he goes to tag in Titus, but he tells him to get the boot up. You know, where they're going to do the spot, he's going to run his face into his boot. And he tells him twice, get the boot up. Titus, I don't know, he wasn't listening or something, and just doesn't do it. Not really a big deal, but it was funny how Darren Young was trying to do this spot, and like Wade Barrett didn't listen, Titus didn't listen. And I have no idea what they were thinking pumping all this fake crowd noise in, but the entire show was full of this fake crowd noise. It was horrible. It sounded like a haunted house. But that was ridiculous. So Kane hits the chokeslam on Darren Young, tags in Daniel Bryan, he hits the flying headbutt, makes Young tap to the no-lock. Pretty good tag match. Sheamus tells Stryker that he's not facing Dolph tonight, he just sees the Big Show. Damien Sandow is now going to enlighten the universe on an individual basis, and he picks an audience member to be his apprentice. So he picks this guy, he brings him in the ring, he's cheering, and he says, "Stop that." He asks him 3 questions: how many wheels on a tricycle, how often the presidential elections, the orbital velocity of Jupiter's moon. He gets it wrong, Sandow puts him down. It was pretty awesome, I liked it. Sandow versus Tyson Kidd, quick match, Sandow wins with a neck breaker. Dolph tells Stryker that Sheamus won't be looking at the Big Show tonight, but the next world champion. We get the Usos versus Slater and Jinder Mahal. Matthews on commentary here was really getting tired of JBL's insults because all he does every week on SmackDown is put him down, and here you could really tell he was just getting frustrated by this. But Jinder Mahal wins with the full Nelson Slam on one of the Usos. Average. Main event is Dolph versus Sheamus. This was a pretty good match. Sheamus gets Dolph in the Texas Cloverleaf and just bends him back. I mean, really sits down on it. You know, sometimes you get a guy who's really flexible and you can really put like the Lion Tamer or the Walls of Jericho, I guess, on him. Like Jericho and Kofi, he could really bend back with him. And then sometimes you get a guy who they just can't do that with. And a lot of Bret Hart matches had this problem, or Sting matches actually, where he'll put him in the Scorpion Deathlock, but it's barely bent back. He's just barely sitting on the guy. But here, he really bent Dolph back. Really makes the move look better. And Big Show comes out, headbutts Sheamus, ref rings the bell. Dolph and Big Show start putting the boots to Sheamus. Cena runs out, hits the AA on Dolph, and Sheamus and Cena suplex the Big Show. And that was the end of the show. A feel-good babyface moment at the end with Sheamus and Dolph, or Sheamus and Cena hugging each other and shaking hands, and just a bunch of typical crap. Nothing changed. Nothing happened here. And it was another show that really did make the babyfaces seem like the heels. And the heels are the underdogs who, no matter what they do, cannot win a damn match. So anyways, SmackDown was pretty average this week. You could skip it and you won't miss anything. So that's my review of this week's SmackDown. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on this week's show in the comments. And thanks for watching.